Hello, nerds! Thank you for joining me here on Nerd News Clips. This is the second channel. This is the place for all of the short-form content as well as the individual sections and just generally speaking smaller things. If you are into the longer form content, youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. With that out of the way, let's get into this. Starting things off, our first section, as always, is the music section. In the music section, we do have an update on the Dream Widow situation, Dave Grohl's Now side project, kind of, that may or may not also include other members of the Foo Fighters. The record that they're putting out now has a release date. It is now March 26th, so next week? Wow. Yeah, we are set to get that full thrash metal album from Dave Grohl and company, very likely with like guest spots and things, though I think it's just going to be the Foo Fighters if you are to believe some of the reports. So all of that being said, March 26th, they're moving right along. Next up, we're talking about tours. Our one and only piece of tour news is huge. Rob Zombie and Mudvayne are going out on tour together, and in support of this crazy combination, we have Static X and Powerman 5000 opening the show. It is starting July 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. It runs all the way through August 21st in Woodlands, Texas. You can follow the link down in the description if you want to get tickets. If they were coming to my neck of the woods, I would already have tickets. They kind of are. They're going to be a state over, and I do have connections to people in that state, so maybe I will end up going. I'm not going to put money on that, though. But it is pretty freaking huge. Mudvayne actually going on tour with this whole reunion status that they got is pretty epic. That being said, that's what we have for tours, so let's move into news. We have one piece for news as well, and that is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Red Hot Chili Peppers are getting their own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That star is going to be just across the street, I believe is what they said, to Amoeba Music down in LA, which is a landmark in and of itself. So you've got the Walk of Fame landmark as well as Amoeba Music. Perfect spot for where the Chili Peppers star should be. March 31st is when the ceremony is going to be, where they get to put their hands in the cement and so on and so forth. So there's probably going to be YouTube videos dealing with this, and or we're going to be seeing it on some media, TV, music TV, if that's still a thing somewhere. But yeah, that is what we have for the bulk of the music section. And then we have a last minute addition to the music section for this episode, and that is that Les Claypool and the band Primus are going to be releasing new music. It is going to be a new EP, so extended play. It's going to be a full album, and part of that full album is going to be a 13-minute epic. That actually was the genesis of the album. Les Claypool said it was going to be a standalone release, but then you can't just release one song, now can you? Paraphrasing Les there, but yeah, super exciting. I don't have a release date for it yet because literally just got it in the middle of filming, so we will be keeping tabs on this, and we will talk about it again next week probably, when a little bit more information has found its way to my magical little fingertips. But again, last minute breaking news, and now, yeah, we're gonna go back to the music section. So let's do music section suggestions. I'm trying to keep these streamlined as well. So, music suggestions for this episode, we have Mudvayne's LD50. This is the introduction of Mudvayne to the rest of the world, and this is probably the best example for why they are so greatly revered even today, even after having been, 12 or more years without putting out any new music or even doing any live shows. This album is the prime example of why the metal community loves them so much. This is easily a modern classic. I don't even know if you could even call it modern as much anymore, but very much a classic and very, very awesome. So go check out LD50 from Mudvayne. Once again, this has been just a brief segment from the larger episode that has been posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go over there for the long form content, or just subscribe here if you want it in bite-sized chunks. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.